Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai, Brakta Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Stone Rule Well, and to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, preaching this gospel of Mashiach Yahushai in sincerity and truth in these last days and times, alright? So, quick lesson for the exaltation of the body, alright? The exaltation of the body. Yeah, so we don't have to, hold back or be reserved when it comes to preaching the gospel of Mashiach Yahushua. You have to be 100% committed to this gospel, alright? You don't have time, to deal with the slack hand, alright? The Most High is looking for laborers that are willing to get the work done, alright? And that's exactly what you expect, 100% input, alright? 100% input. That's what the Lord requires of us. So that's why I want to read from the book of Philippians, chapter 1. I'm going to start from verse 18. In fact, verse 17 is good, alright? So it says, but of the other love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. So for you to defend the gospel, you have to be 100% on point, man. You can't say you have a defense and, your game is weak. Your approach is weak. You have to have something that's formidable for you to call it a defense. All right. Even when you're playing all the sports, a defense hardly ever gives up, points, man. When you have solid defense, hey, you shut down the offense of the opponent. That's what it's like, during the walk of Mashiach Yahushai. When you have 100% defense and 100% offense, you are shutting down the enemy on the field. You're shutting down the enemy's moves, man. Every opportunity the enemy has to move forward, you're crushing it. You're sending him back to point zero. All right, back to square one. That's what serving the Lord is about, man. The Lord is not looking for weaklings that just, talk the talk without walking the walk, all right? So verse 18 says, what then, notwithstanding every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Hamashiach Yahushua is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice, all right? So always remember, man, we're not here to do the work of the Lord in pretense. You're here to do it in truth. All right. That's why the Apostle Paul mentioned, what then, with notwithstanding every way, whether in pretense. All right. That's the folks of this world, that pretend that the works of the Lord are so valuable in their life, but they're not willing to put in the effort, the faith, to glorify the Lord, to accept the ministry of this gospel. And then it says, in truth, that represents the elect, okay, that are willing to make that necessary sacrifice for the name of Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, so it says, Hamashiach Yahushai is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yeah, and will rejoice. So you have to preach 100% truth of the gospel. All right, you don't have to be, falsifying, the knowledge of the scriptures, man. You don't want to pervert the gospel, just like every other camp that has an issue, with the words of Hamashiach Yahushua that the apostle of Great Millstone is preaching. All right. So the Lord has warned us about, has been warned us about being deceitful, man. You can't do the work of the Lord deceitfully. And that's what brings me to the book of Matthew chapter 25, the parable of the 10 virgins. All right. So when you read verse 1 all the way to 4, it tells you clearly what really happened. So it says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. All right. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. Yep, and that's how the word of the Lord is about, man. You have to have your supply with you at all times, man. You don't have time for pretenses, when it comes to serving the Lord. Okay? You can't, underestimate, the value of the ministry. That's why, the Most High wanted a man that dealeth with a diligent mind. Okay? You don't have time to sell yourself short. You have to embrace your responsibilities as a man of the Lord. And that's what the parable here is telling us, man. When you read the whole thing, it tells you you have to have the wisdom with you at all times. You have to get what you need. You can't, sell yourself short, man. The Most High has given us something that's more valuable than gold and silver. So why would you want to, think less of it? So that's why it's important, man. You have enough to get all the way to the end. That's what the word of the Lord is all about, man. Enough for you to make it to the end of the journey. You have to count the cost. All right? And that's what it boils down to. You have to count the cost. Because a lot of folks that fell out on the year 2000, yeah, they didn't get enough oil. They didn't put in enough oil, man, in their supply tank, and they gave up, and the Lord's gonna have to pay them a special visit, man, that they need to get it together. Otherwise, they're gonna, suffer, terrible judgment. All right. So you need to have enough to make it all the way to the end. All right. So I won't make this lesson too long, but I'm going to get into some more precepts. And then the book of Ephesians, chapter 6. I'm going to start from verse 10. It tells you this. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might." All right. Strength. All right. Be strong in the Lord. Be 100%. All right. In the Lord. The Messiah wants you 100% at all times in his service. So you have to be always at that point, in your mindset of being 100%. You have to be wholly committed to the works of the Lord. And then verse 11 says, "Put on the whole armor." All right. More emphasis on that word whole, WHOLE, 100%. All right. Then you say partially. It says everything that you need, man. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. See, it tells you that. It says the whole armor. All right. You gotta have everything ready. Okay. And that's what it's about. It's that simple. 100% truth. All right. That's what the Lord is requiring of you, to stick with. No partiality. All right. And then it says in verse 12, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Yes, so that's the reason why you need the armor, the whole armor of the Lord. You have to be well aware of what you're dealing with, both on a physical level and on a spiritual level, so that you do not you're not taken for a ride, man, that you will not be found wanting, okay? Let me say caught lacking, all right? So you have to put on the whole armor. And then verse 13 tells you again, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. All right? And having done all to stand. Yep. And that's what it's required of you. 100% commitment. And you're able to make that final stand, all the way until the end. All right? And then another precept will be from the book of Luke. When you read chapter 9 from verse 57 to 62, it tells you about 100% commitment, man. So it tells you that, and it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. All right. And Yahushua said unto him, foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man, all right, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. So the Lord Yahushua is letting the man know, the condition of his ministry, all right? And then he compares, that, to, what the animals, have to deal with. The animals have a place to rest, but the Lord Yahushua is about the business, man, that he doesn't really have time to rest, okay? And he wasn't there for comfort. And then he says, and he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. And Yahushua said unto him, let the dead bury the dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of Yahweh. All right? That's another good advice right there. Okay? And another also said, I will follow thee, but let me go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. And that's that, importance of taking this ministry seriously, man. Our calling, it requires 100% commitment, man. Once you sign your name on that contract, you are liable for every line and requirement, man. So that's the reason why with brothers, you don't have time, to be acting and pretending, man. You're here to rehearse the righteous acts. You don't have time, to be pretending, man. You have to be 100% about it. You don't have to deal with a slack hand, man. You have to be diligent about the Most High's business, all right? Just like the angels love to do the bidding of the Lord, so must you, all right? And then final precept will be from the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 6. It tells you that, but this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. And that's clear right there, okay? So, hey, you reap what you sow, man. You want the best, you got to put in your best effort, man. Whatever talent the Lord has given you is what you have to put in. So that's a point that I can, don't sell yourself short when it comes to this ministry of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai. You have to be 100% available, to get the work done, man. You don't have time, to be giving excuses. There are no excuses for serving the Lord. The Most High looks for actions, man. Once the action is there, that's it. The faith follows. All right. Shalom.